Well, hi, it's been some time, hasn't it? It's been a tiny bit. How long? I don't remember. But yeah, today is. Oh, actually, I forgot to mention this. Well, I just started, so okay. Moving forward from that, should I get something to hold this up? Not entirely sure if I should or I should not, but I probably should. Anyway, uh, decided not to. Well, I'm gonna handle this with my hands, so however that comes out, it comes out. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. I wanted to say that a lot of things changed. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I got a desk now, and it's the kind that goes up and down, and a chair now. Got a chair as well. I don't think I had a chair last time I showed this, but I do have a chair now, so that's that. So I'm going to lean back quite a lot. Okay, no, that's because the camera is going down. I was wondering why it would go down. Okay, I know. Okay. So, yeah. Anyhow, I think this is gonna go down quite a few times before it sets, but I guess a bit of extra cinematic stuff ain't hurting nobody in this case, regardless. So, today, what day is it today? It's January 6th, 2026. And so, this is the somewhat obligatory news update, vlog, whatever you want to call it, whatever I want to call it actually, for... it's February, not January. Apologies, it's February, not January. Anyway, this is for January. So, what happened in the month of January of 2026? Well, let me take it from the top. There are some things I am not at liberty of discussing. If you know my face, you know what I mean. Anyhow, the year started off well. Come on, go back. Don't slide on me. Don't slide on me. Come on, stay up. Anyhow, the year started quite all right for me. I don't know what I did. I bought a bunch of games on the winter Steam sale. A lot of Resident Evil games and other games. Started playing Assassin's Creed Origins, which I'm still playing. I bought the collection, the book collection, and I'm still reading The Hobbit, so I'm still working through that. I know some people will say, but The Hobbit is a children's book and you can read it in like whatever. Yes, it's easy to read, it's a pleasant read, but the thing is, it takes some time to read. Time that I don't necessarily have at all times. Anyhow, if you're wondering why my hair looks like this, is because I just took a bath. I just came out of the bath, so that's that. And you're sliding off again. Okay. And you go back up. Anyhow, what was I saying? Yeah, I did my whole setup. Bought myself a new keyboard, and the thing is, I discovered that the keyboard was in German, so I had to give it to a friend. I think I talked about all this. I don't know. I'm remembering bits and pieces from here and there. But another keyboard. Then, by the end of January, when I got home to my parents, my brother was having his good time with a cold, which he so graciously passed on to me. I mean, sarcasm aside, not his intention, but yeah, not the greatest feeling ever. Especially since in Bucharest it's starting snowing a lot during January, and I didn't catch a cold while all the snowing was going on, but I caught a cold while going home and staying for 3 days, so, you know, not the greatest thing ever. In any case, got in a bit of a kerfuffle at work with some people, and so my bonus for the month of December was, I mean, it wasn't It was more like a freeze type of situation, but I know it's just formality to know we're thinking about it, we're whatever. We both know you're gonna decapitate my bonus for the month of December, so I mean, we're both knowing what we're doing here, what's happening here, what's how things are going. We don't need to, to pass things along. Anyway, the reason I'm saying this is because that's it. That's how corporations work. Okay, and you go back up. Okay, that's how corporations work basically. If you know somebody and you know the good people in the company, you get the good piece of the pie. If not, you get crumbs. If you don't even know people for the crumbs, you get mostly nothing. Anyhow, I'm not trying to spread any shade per se, but I'm just saying that's how corpo life is, it's you gotta pick and choose your battles, and you gotta know when to let it go and when to pick it up, what to do, And you gotta understand that I got like not even 6 months in the company, so I'm well aware of the fact that I don't have the time, I don't have the hours put in, but when you fight with people that have done almost nothing in their adult life but work at a single company, they don't have a frame of reference of working anywhere else, and so it's kind of fun. I'm not saying that all the people there are like that, but some of them are that kind of person, and they don't really have a frame of reference for other places of work. And so, not from the higher ups, but I hear this from the people like me very often, that the conditions are bad, the whatever is bad, the schedule is bad, whatever else. Yeah, you're working 24/7. It's like, work is work, but you gotta pick and choose your battles, basically, I mean, you either make a lot of money but have a bad schedule, or make a little money and have a good schedule. So you choose which one would you like to do more. Personally, I do not mind that much a bad schedule with a consistent amount of money, but I would like a better schedule, that's for sure. It's a bit, uncomfortable with taking days off and all that. There are a few other things that also annoy me, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother time. What else? But overall work has been going okay, great, decent, I gotta say. What else should I say? I've started pretty much not giving up, but what is this? Okay, it's Lind. Anyhow, sorry, I saw something. Anyhow, what else? Love life. How's my love life going? Well, it's going as well as the last time I made one of these, and it's going as bad as the last time I made one of these. There is no real constant entity that, besides myself, that circles around in my love life. It's basically me, myself, and I, and it's a work in progress, but it is a poop show, if I don't want to say, to make a JoJo reference, HSHIT, the enemy has real firepower or something. I don't know, you watch JoJo Part 7 and tell me what the reference is. Part 7, Part 4, Diamond is unbreakable. Anyhow, what did I want to say? Anyhow, you want to go up? Yeah, you're gonna want to go up a bit. Yeah, I don't have to, but I should maybe get a better tripod, but this one, it's been through thick and thin. I mean, not really, but it's been through some stuff, and anyhow. What else happened in the month of January? I'm trying to remember what else happened. Truth be told, not a lot of things happened. Oh, I don't think I stole this. I went to a club. I don't think a lot of people know about this, but I'm gonna tell it anyway. Anyway, a few years ago, I met somebody. Let's call her Yo-Yo, and I mean, we started off as, off from Bumble and that kind of talk, romantic, whatever, and things didn't work out. Mainly because I said something that wasn't okay, but I mean, I'm not gonna spare her the blame of saying, I said something that wasn't okay. She was quite toxic. She's not anymore that toxic, but she was quite toxic as a human being, as a person at that point in life, not having a very big reference for a lot of things, and so she didn't treated the fact that I worked pretty much, oh, you work, oh yeah, and I go to whatever, and I go to school, and it's the same thing. No, it's not the same thing, going to school and working. It is not the same thing. We may have similar amounts of stress, but it's different. There are a lot of variables that need to be taken into account because anyhow, moving forward from that, anyway, we reconnected some time ago and kept in touch, and basically friends now, if that's what is to be believed, at least from my part. And so she invited me for her birthday, which was in January, around the middle, to go to a club, and said, you buy the tickets, which I was okay with, and not a big deal. But the thing is, I'm not into minimal music. I don't know if anybody knows that, but what is that? I mean, those of you who know me, those who know me in general, I make music, I like music, I enjoy music, I listen to music. I know that for the past few months I've listened mostly to Brazilian funk, but that's still music, that's still, you know what I mean? And so I said, okay, why not? Haven't been to a club in Bucharest and I don't know how long, haven't been to a club in I don't know how long period, but okay, and we went, and of course I didn't have fun, and I drank like 6 beers just to, maybe feel the music, but I did not feel the music, and all I did was go in and out and freeze basically, because it snowed and it was ice and snow outside, and like vis-a-vis from the club, like almost near it, very near it, there was another club, and I went into that one, and I had a lot more fun. And so there was this one guy which joined our little group, whatever, and he was like, bro, you and me go to those girls, you take the fridge, I take the other one. And I'm like, would you kindly not be so I mean, I know the joke and the reference you're making with the fridge and whatever not, but there's absolutely no need to make that particular comment, Nobody said that the girls you want to approach, one of them is a fridge and the other one is not. Nobody said that. I did not say that. You said that. I did not consider one of them as the fridge. You know what I mean? I'm not that kind of liberal kind of person and goes for whatever else, but you don't have to be like not a bad human being. You're not really a bad human being, but it shows a lot of your character when you go into a club and see 2 girls and say, oh, the fridge is protecting us next. In some cases it's true, but in this case, at least, it really wasn't. There were 2 nice girls, were having a good time. Maybe one of them wasn't his type and the other one was. And I was like, I didn't come here for girls and whatever else. I came here just to dance and have fun, and that's about it. And he was like too shy to go to talk to them, and he went to other girls. And I went to those girls not knowing he went away, and I said, okay, I got a person, I don't know him, but he's too shy to talk to you, and he'd like to talk to you, and I just called him over. And in any case, I subtracted myself from the equation, and of course he fumbled it, because how couldn't he fumble it? Because I mean, come on. Yeah, so I didn't pick up any interest in that situation whatsoever. Whatever, go away, I don't really care. Come on, would you kindly not go that low and just ruin every shot and got him? Anyhow, yeah, so that was that. Went to a club, did whatever. I mean, I danced and drank like 6 beers, as I told you. And then home, slept, and that was about that. Caught a cold after that. I mean, went home and caught a cold. I finished Bolt Pit. If you know the game, Ball X Pit. Good game. Gotta say, good game. I think I wrote something, posted it on Instagram at one point. I don't know, I kind of ignored my guitar in the past month. There's a point. Okay, wait, I'm gonna cut here and I'm gonna come back to this. Is this better? I think it's better. Maybe it's better. I'm not entirely sure if it's better. Maybe it's better. Is it better? You tell me. Yeah, those are for work. Anyhow, is this straight? Maybe it isn't. Maybe it is. Who knows at this point? Anyhow. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, so caught a cold, did all that, came back home. Whatever else happened, I'm not entirely... I mean, oh yeah, what did I want to say? Regarding music and all that, those are my neighbors. Let me just get this for you. You don't need to hear that. You don't need to hear all that. Maybe I'll make a special video about my neighbors, and I'm gonna tell you all the stories that I had and that happened and the things. But I'm not gonna bore you right now with the stories of my neighbors. That's another topic for a whole nother time, for a whole special video, if you can believe it. Yeah, those kind of neighbors. Apartment buildings, man, I tell you, they are something else. Anyhow, going back to what I wanted to say regarding music, the thing is, there is just a finite amount of time. There are but hundreds of activities that you can do all of the time, and to balance everything, to balance being relaxed and being well rested and being well fed and being well maintained and going to work and coming back home and maintaining your home, because I didn't want to share this at first, but now that I think about it, it's okay. There's a lot of mold in here that has formed during the winter, because this particular room has been quite warm, has warmed up a little bit, which is in a contrast to the balcony and the kitchen and the bathroom, which are most of the time cold. And if you know anything about the difference in pressure and the difference in temperature, you know that it creates moisture, and moisture creates a perfect medium for mold to appear, and it's like bluish and white mold. And if you know anything about mold, you know that that's how The Last of Us started. Anyhow, no, just making a joke. But yeah, once it warms up outside properly, I'm gonna need to start, cleaning all that stuff. And I think it's gonna take me 2-3 days to clean everything up and make it good. But yeah, it's like maintain a home. You have a home and you have to maintain it, and it takes time and it takes effort and all that. Anyhow, there were a lot of things that happened. My gas got caught up for a few days, and I couldn't use it, and I had a cold, and I couldn't make a tea, and I couldn't warm up some soup, and I couldn't do almost anything. My warm water was, my hot water was I mean, warm because it wasn't hot. Sometimes it was cut, sometimes it wasn't. So I had to be very strategic when taking my baths. And so, what else? Just walking from home to work, very dangerous because the roads and the sidewalks in Bucharest were filled with snow and ice. Make sure to clean your car. One of my the lights on my car, one of my lights went dead on New Year's Eve, and so I had to, wait until I got home. Then I got home. Fortunately, my dad helped me with that. I was afraid that my battery was gonna die again, so stay with the constant stress of that. And so there's a bunch of activities and worries that stack up basically every single day, every single moment, and you have to manage all that, manage your sleep and food and everything else, manage you as a person, which for those of you that live alone, that's not an easy task. For those of you that do not live alone, it's still not an easy task, but it's more manageable because when you do not live alone, you do not have so many things to worry about. And I'm not complaining or anything, okay? I'm quite satisfied with my life in a lot of regards, because I have to remind myself all the time that a year ago I did not have my own place. I did not have my own this level of intimacy and freedom and whatever else. But freedom and whatever else comes with a lot of responsibility, and you're responsible for yourself, for the space in which you live in the objects and possessions that you have, and you have to be careful with them, maintain them, make sure everything is all right. And besides that, you have to be careful with your own health, be careful with your own mental health, emotional health, physical health, of course. And so lots of things stack up. Lots of activities need to happen and happened. Lots of events happen that you have to be either prepared or manage when they do happen. And that's a lot to do. And besides that, if I had even music, it's a stress that I do not want to have to manage over it. I want it to be a pleasure and do something pleasurable for myself. And so, again, I kind of went into a period where I kind of ignored music for a little while, making and singing and playing music. And so sometimes I do feel like I'm letting myself down, that because I don't get to make that much music, and it's upsetting, because for somebody who wants to dedicate their life, not dedicate their life, but dedicate a good portion of their life to writing and going out and playing music for people to listen to. And to some degree, it's my vanity that I do want to be on stage. I do want to hear the applause. I do want to hear the cheers for me. I do want to look at people and see them smile after I performed. I do want all that. But for another thing is for another reason is that it's for my own soul, that I want to spread good music and spread good messages, and I mean, I consider them good, okay? And have fun and enjoy myself while playing, and look at people and see them enjoy themselves while I sing for them and have people sing with me. That's that's the dream. That's the whole thing. I'm not interested in like playing stadiums and making millions upon millions upon millions of dollars, because the world is filled with millionaires and most of them have been on some islands, if you know what I mean, and that's not the greatest thing ever, and I don't have those kind of interests. And so there's a lot to manage. There is a lot. I have something on my lip. There is a lot to manage on that front. There is a lot to do. And I do wanna. I have to remind myself every single. I mean, not every single, but from time to time, I have to remind myself the fact that I'm not racing against anybody. This is not a race. I'm not racing against time. I'm not racing against myself. I'm not racing against other people. And I have to take my time on it. And it takes a lot of time. And it doesn't matter if I get successful now or in 20 years. As long as I get successful. But yeah. It's a work in progress, you know. And another urge I've been fighting with is consumerism. I've been fighting the urge to buy a lot of stuff. And I just have to remind myself that I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need whatever. I don't need to get like 2 beautiful lights from Elgato right here, or what's the other brand? Anyhow, I don't need to get 2 beautiful lights right here. I don't need to get like a tripod to go right here to watch me, because you see my bed, which is sort of made up. I mean, not made up, but like, you know what Jordan Peterson said when clean your room and whatever else. My room is fairly clean. I don't need like, the hard cover version of Dante's Divine Comedy, or Brother Grimm, or Lovecraft's Complete Collection, or... I want to get a lot of, political books as well to read them, because I'm interested in the basis of a lot of stuff, and I want to have good references for future. I already have a lot of good references, but I'm working my way through. At the moment, I'm working my way through about 3 books, which is John Milton's Paradise Lost, The Hobbit, and the Bible. So I'm working my way through those 3 books, plus, the other a few which I've started that I haven't finished. But, yeah. It hasn't been unfathomably hard, but going to work and going back home, on camera you don't see all of those. You just see me once a month or once every few months talking about stuff. And I was afraid this was gonna be a repeat of my previous corpo job, and it sort of is, in that it takes all of my time. It eats up all of my time, and I barely got time to do anything else. And I know that. And I have to live with that, and I have to manage that. And every day I have to think about the fact that I'll most likely never own a home, never own my own piece of land, never own my own house. And yeah, there's a lot to that. Thinking about that and managing that along with everything else. I've deleted the Facebook app from my phone. I've deleted all my dating apps along with all of my profiles and all my pictures from all the dating apps, because I needed to. Those are not the places to meet people. Those are definitely not the places to meet people. And so I've been trying my best face to face. And I gotta tell you, it's bad. It's hard. And what's out there is not great. Not great at all. And for those of you that do watch these and do have partners and life partners and whatever else, relationships, whatever else, husbands, wives, and whatnot. For those of you that do have that, care for them a lot, because it's bad. It's bad what's out here. It's bad. And I'm doing my best to stay positive. One thing that I've noticed, at least when I go home, the relationship between my parents has improved. Amazing. And I'm glad about that. At least that's what I've noticed. And it has improved a lot. And I'm quite grateful and quite happy for that. And at least for me, it's borderline demoralizing. Because there's plenty of women who consider me to be poor, basically. I don't have the capability or the possibility of going too much outside my already made circles. The friends of my friends, I already know most of them, and that doesn't work. And so it's hard to be just left in the wind and trust the process or trust God about what's gonna happen and how things are gonna be. But I guess there's no other choice for me. I just gotta, and when people say trust God and whatnot, and it's an interesting thing. I've started religion before, and I've started God before, and most variants of it. And I've studied demonology, and I've studied philosophy, and I've studied psychology and psychoanalysis and a lot of other stuff. I mean, there's degrees to these things, so I have a few basic notions for most of them, but I haven't gone like extremely in the deeper for each and every single one of these. But it's hard to just let someone else be in control, knowing how heavy and hard things are. But it's hard because it's an extra reason. It's hard because you see yourself as being alone. At least I do see myself as being alone a lot of the time. It's not, again, I'm emphasizing this. It's not like I don't have friends, or I don't have people that care for me, or I don't have a family, but the constant feeling I'm having is just loneliness. The good thing about this is that it's not the same loneliness as before. It's a different kind of loneliness. It's not isolation, that is for sure. And it's not I want to harm myself type of loneliness, isolation. It's not. It's just aimless loneliness, can't see the point loneliness, trying to do good loneliness, working on myself and on my life loneliness, trying not to be on social media as much type of loneliness. That kind of thing, And as I said, I deleted all the profiles and apps and whatnot for dating and meeting, whatever. That's a whole poop show, if you want to say that. No, I deleted all that. I uninstalled Facebook from my phone because I was like, always after I entered. So usually, what my hobbitize, sneaky little hobbitize. Anyhow, my habit was go on Instagram, stay about 20-30 minutes. Oh, my battery is low. I'm gonna come back. You don't go anywhere. I'm gonna come back. Okay, I'm back. So what did I want to say? Oh yeah, I tried 2 batteries. You know, 2 batteries. I think they're both dead. I gotta charge both of them. Yeah. So as I was saying, deleted. Oh, so my habits. What are my habits? My habit was go on Instagram for about 20 to 30 minutes, something like that. And if you ever wanna skip time, if you've played video games and you have a button for fast forwarding stuff, that's what Instagram is for me. That is what basically social media is for me. It's basically fast forward stuff until you wanna start existing again, live again. Anyhow, that's basically what it is. And what I did was I went on Instagram for 20-30 minutes, not every day, but in a few times a day. And so do that, then go out of Instagram, need a refresher. You need a refresher after you've stayed like that on Instagram for quite some time. Go on Facebook, for example, because you want more of that. And so you spend about 3-5 minutes on Facebook. Then what happens is you go back on Instagram because you had a break. You've had your little break from Instagram. Maybe you went on Messenger and saw some messages and that didn't help. Maybe you went on YouTube for a little bit and that didn't help. And you want to go back on Instagram. You want to go back on your crack, basically. And so what I did was go back on Instagram and stay for I don't know how long. And so I decided to delete Facebook altogether. Still, I'm not gonna delete Instagram, like the app, from my phone. I'm not gonna delete my account, but I'll try to not stay so much on Instagram, and I try to stay off Instagram as much as possible because I'm just trying to go in, maybe look if one of my friends posted a picture or something, like it, like view some stories, then go to the messages and see what kind of messages I have. Sometimes I don't even have energy to stay and read the messages, or because it's not messages, it's reels. Basically, people send me reels and I watch as many of them as I can, and then I react only to those particular ones and go off of Instagram, go on Messenger, see if there's any messages for me. Mostly like 99.9% of the time there aren't any messages on Messenger for me, so I close that. And sometimes I go on YouTube and I watch some stuff, but I'm trying to watch long form content for the most part, not shorts or anything else, because it's not good. And that's basically my ritual for all that. And so my most used apps, if I have to tell you, let me just verify this to tell you what are my most used apps, because I'm actually curious myself to see what kind of apps I use the most. My most used apps are Instagram, WhatsApp, the clock, and YouTube. Okay, and YouTube. Sometimes it's YouTube, sometimes it's other stuff. So this is like 12 to 18th of January. Instagram, YouTube, and then 26th to 1st of February. It's Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, yeah. Imagine this, just last week my average of hours on Instagram was 15 hours and 40 minutes. And it's bad. That thing is bad. It's bad. It ain't great. It's not. It really isn't great. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to fix it. It's not that it needs fixing necessarily, but it needs better management. I need to cut my beard a tiny little bit. I don't want trouble at work. That's the basis of it. I set out to not record a lot on this particular vlog, but somehow I'm still ending up recording about 40-50 minutes of footage, which I'm not gonna cut down that much, because again I don't have that much time to spend on editing, and when I edit I cannot watch YouTube or do anything else. I have to be 100% on editing. Yeah, but as I said, that's mostly the month of January, and I gotta say, okay, final conclusions now. For the month of January, things weren't bad. They weren't great, but they weren't bad. For the most part, everything was all right. I've got to do do plenty of stuff. I've got to have some action, if you know what I mean, which was nice, but I would like some more action. I mean, who doesn't like some action, eh? I mean, I think I know some people that are not that interested in that kind of action, but I am. I would like some more action, please. Action, please, please. anyhow, so I had that part. I got plenty of hours. I've got quite a few hours of gaming in. I've got quite a few hours of reading in, which I'm very happy about. I'm working my way through The Hobbit. I've got actually a few hours of writing, if you can believe it or not. I've got a lot of ideas for writing, and I've written quite a few. The issue with writing is that my ideas are very sporadic and not like one cursive, like linear idea going from one point A to point B. It's like a bunch of things around the world, and nothing like going like this. Anyhow, well, see, I don't even know what my story is about. I just have a world in my mind, and I want to put it on paper for people to read and enjoy. And so, yeah, I've done that. Got a cold. I'm coming off from the sniffles, from the cold that I had. I've played Assassin's Creed, plenty of Assassin's Creed, and I'm gonna edit this and I'm gonna play some more, and that's basically gonna be my whole day. And that's about it, if you can believe it or not. Valentine's Day is coming up, Dragobete is coming up, 2 holidays for love doves, and I don't feel that bad. I feel okay. I feel alright. I'm not gonna lie, I would like some action, please. I would like some action, please. Can I have some action? I would like some action, please. But I doubt I'm gonna have... I mean, I have no prospect of action in the future. I've got no prospect of anything romantic in the future. And I don't feel that bad about it, but I know I made some faces and laughs and whatever about action, and I'm gonna call it action from now on. But the thing is, I'm not really that interested into action. I'm more interested in, because if I could like trade all my experiences, because now I got experience. Believe it or not, now I have experience. But if I could, I would trade all that experience for one good person. And I'm sure you know what I mean about that. I would trade all that experience and all those experiences for one good, solitary, nail in the coffin person. And that's about it. Alas, it is not to be. Maybe not for me. Maybe not now. My mom says that the person that's for me, it's somewhere there in the world and it's set aside. And for the most part of my life, I liked to believe that. I believed that particular idea. Now I don't so much. I hope, but I just. Anyway, this is like the conclusion. These are the conclusions. Overall, I'm okay. I'm quite good. I'm quite happy. It's so helpful to release all of this stuff, to throw it at the camera. It's so helpful to talk about all of this, to take it all out. It's amazing how helpful this actually is, because when I started this, I didn't want to do this, but now that I'm almost at the end of the vlog, I'm actually happy that I did it. And it's so helpful to, just let everything go and let everything out of my soul go into the camera and out on the internet. Oh my goodness, it's so reassuring, and it's it does something for me. I'm gonna start going to the gym soon, so that's gonna be another activity added to the pile. I'm gonna try to maybe write 1-2 verses per month. I'm not gonna do it for a week. I'm not gonna put that much pressure on myself, but I'm gonna try to do it for a month. My Spanish lessons are still going on Duolingo, of course, not any other type of. I'm still enjoying my Steam Deck. That's an amazing piece of gear that I recommend every single person that has any remote interest in gaming to get. Steam Deck is the king. That's 100% true. And I'm continuing with my writings, I'm continuing with the readings, continuing with the gaming. I finished Resident Evil 4, the 2005 version on the PC, because on the Steam Deck I couldn't play it, I just couldn't get into it, but on the PC it was amazing. I need to finish the DLC for it, then I'm gonna start with 5, 6, and so on and so on. Things are going alright, things are going okay. At this point, I just want to get the promotion I would like at work. I want to get my bonus in. I want to go out to a movie, eat a pizza, get some action. Okay, more than I could trade all of those things in for one good person. That's all I'm saying. One good person. That's, 100% dedicated to me. Anyhow. I do have standards, so that's another thing. Anyhow, it's been an absolute pleasure talking with you, and I know that right now you're just on camera and an objective, and it's still a pleasure to do this. Somehow I still find pleasure in doing this. But thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me and be here and basically listen to all of my rants about everything. I know that a lot of it is not even talking about what I do during the month, and there's a lot of stories that I leave out of these things. Maybe I'll do a compilation of a lot of stories that happened, but yeah. I do appreciate the fact that you've taken the time to, put me in the background of your other activities that you're doing. Anyhow, I'll leave you be. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy. Stay happy out there. Healthy most of all. Happy after that. You can make your own. You can try to make your own happiness. For the most part, just be careful of what you're doing out there. And I'll see you in the next one when I do one of these. So, bye. I know that I just said that the vlog was out, but I've been doing this with my my windows open, and I think somebody just like across the whatever, somebody just sat across and just watched me talking to a camera up until this point. I don't know if anybody finds that creepy, but I find it a tiny bit creepy. Tiny bit creepy. Do you want to see? Do you want to see what I see? Okay, I'm gonna get you closer to myself, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna, sorry for the, up there, somebody there, somebody in one of those places. I'm not gonna tell you which one, but one of those, somebody there. Wait, I need to watch myself to know what I'm doing. Somebody there just watched me up until now. I don't know about you, but I find that a tiny bit creepy. A tiny bit creepy. Anyhow,